Hi, my name is Gabriel Aviles, and today we're talking about hair loss and the solutions to your problems. First, I would like to touch up on what is hair loss, who gets hair loss, and why is it still around with all the solutions we have in nowadays world? Well, that's a good question. Most women actually suffer from hair loss, but it's also in men too. And this has to do with hormones, such as estrogens and androgens, also known as testosterone. And the way how we build this up in our body is through our diet, pollution that we are surrounded by, and also things that we're exposed on a daily basis, such as cleaning supplies, such as pollution from an exhaust pipe. Many other things like grease fires can actually promote more what we call free radicals. Free radicals is what causes DHT, which is dihydrogen testosterone, or it can cause estradiol. More abundance of it actually can promote and increase hair loss in women and in men. I like to go into this in a demonstration and put it down in specific order. As you can see here, here's a picture. This is what we call the hair anatomy. Hair follicles is right here. We have the patella on the bottom, the hair bulb, as well as the hair follicle pathway. You also have glands that connect from here, here, and also throughout the hair follicles. This is where oils or pollutions such as smog or sulfur compounds or sodium laurelates can actually get trapped in this follicle pathway. And when that happens, it actually eliminates one of your major pathways to detoxification. And that's very important because this is the reason why you want to have that pathway clear. Estrogen comes up here and actually closes up the patella. Why does it do that? Well, one of the major reasons is because of testosterone. Testosterone actually floods into the blood circulation here. You actually have a little vein, it makes a little U shape, and it actually goes into the patella, right into the hair bulb, this little round here, and it actually supplies that with testosterone. X amount of testosterone that gets into the hair bulb is actually the thickness and the length of your hair follicles. Once estrogen detects that there's too much, or if you have enough testosterone or androgen, it closes this pathway, releasing the testosterone into the hair follicle, allowing it to process growth. That's why we know estrogen sometimes is in charge of how thick or how thin your hair will be. Now, what happens when there's too much testosterone being used in the hair follicle? It actually creates DHT. DHT, dihydrogen testosterone, is caused by too much absorption or not enough nutrition of fatty acids. Because what hydrates hormones is actually fat, like omega-3s, omega-6, omega-9s, especially things like omega-8 and omega-7. It's important to take that. Now, as we go back into the hair follicle anatomy, when the patella closes out and you have DHT here, slowly the hair follicle starts to shrink, starts to pull away from the patella, because it doesn't want to expose the body to any more DHT to cause more free radicals, because it could lead on to further problems down on the road. Once that happens, the patella seals up with the hair bulb, known as the seedling, and the hair follicle just simply falls out, which leads to hair loss or baldness in certain men and women. This also happens with thinning hair, as well as people who suffer from damaged hair. You know, when they bleach their hair, you see it thinning and fall out, stuff like that. Because that's another way how your body does it. When there's pollution on the surface, the body will actually seal this part up and prevent from any toxins from coming in. This actually prevents from your body releasing any like oils, such as people who have greasy hairs and oily hairs. That's what causes that, is that they're releasing toxins, and that's why they have so much oily hair, and their natural hormones are just releasing. You can smell their hair. It's a very strong testosterone or estrogen smell. Testosterone is more like a musk. Estrogen is more like a flowery smell, mixed with a little sour. But with this, we want to be able to clean this pathway. That's the first step. You want to clean this pathway because if you do it in here directly by taking oral supplements or even foods or anything that promotes testosterone, you're not solving the problem because estrogen has locked this in place to prevent from any more DHT. So you want to treat the surface right in here, and usually you can see a doctor or esthetician who actually can, or a dermatologist who actually can take you step by step on what is preferred to clean up the pathway. So that's step one. Once that's cleared up, DHT should be released and it should be able to be free. And then more oils and fats can come and actually help DHT convert back into testosterone. It's very important that with DHT, you don't want to use a lot of blockers because that actually just neutralizes the DHT. And what do I mean by that? A lot of people are like, oh, but DHT is so bad, you want to have a whole bunch of it. No, you don't. You want to don't have a lot of blockers because eventually, if you stop using certain products that actually keep blocking, if you stop using them, you're like, oh, I have a whole bunch of hair. Your hair is going to go into hypermole. And free radicals hit one by one, and all those DHT comes back, and that's why a lot of people suffer from massive hair loss. Like, oh, this product was working, I stopped using it, and my hair just fell out. Common complaint. That's because the blocker still was in place. So you want to be able to treat that. If you do use a blocker, you want to be able to treat your scalp with something that's going to feed your scalp with high sources of rich omega fatty acids, because that's going to allow your body to naturally convert those DHT back into testosterone to prevent them from being a free radical and more of a stable molecule. So once we said that and you take internal and quartz, it will help going through. That's one of the major solutions, what you want to do for hair loss, and such as using certain shampoos and conditioners, what you put as hair gels. All these can contribute to hair loss because it can block the scalp. As you can see right here, you have this is one of our testimonies. I'm here actually representing Vive Naturals, and this is one of their testimonies that we have. But you can see here, this gentleman's head is balding. He lost more of the roots to it because the body is preventing it. He started using the product, and then slowly his hair on its own started growing back. And you see how there's still spaces here, and you see how oils are. This is a sign of detoxification. As he's detoxifying the toxins out of his scalp, it gets back into a more smoother look. You can see how that looks right there, because that's what happens with grease. When people say I have greasy hair, it's because they have a lot of pollutants and their body's trying to release it out of the sweat glands. Remember I told you about all the glandulars in the hair follicles here. You have a lot of glandulars. Well, that's the only way how you detoxify besides the hair follicles, because the hair follicles pick up the toxins here, but you'll be sweating out through the scalp area.